was a snake. And this snake had legs. And he could walk all around the island. Yes, that's true. A snake with legs. And the man and the woman were on the island too. And they were not very smart. But they were happy as clams. Yeah. Let's see, then one evening, the snake was walking about in the garden and he was talking to himself. And he saw the woman and they started to talk. And they became friends. Very good friends. And the woman liked the snake very much. Because when he talked, he made little noises with his tongue. And his long tongue was lightly licking about his lips. Like there was a little fire inside his mouth. And the flame would come dancing out of his mouth. And the woman liked this very much. And after that, she was bored with the man. Because no matter what happened, he was always as happy as a clown. What did the snake say? Yes, what was he saying? Okay, I will tell you. The snake told her things about the world. He told her about the time when there was a big typhoon on the island. And all the sharks came out of the water. Yes. They came out of the water and they walked right into your house with their big white teeth. And the woman heard these things. And she was in love. And the man came out and said, "We have to go now." And the woman did not want to go because she was a hothead. Because she was a woman in love. Anyway, they got into their boat and left the island. But they never stayed anywhere very long because the woman was restless. She was a hothead. She was a woman in love. And this is not a story my people tell. It is something I know myself. When I do my job, I am thinking about these things. Because when I do my job, that is what I think about.
Was it Now, only an expert can deal with the problem, because half the problem is seeing the problem. And only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. So if there's no expert dealing with the problem, it's really actually twice the problem, because only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. In America, we like solutions. We like solutions to problems. And there's so many companies that offer solutions. Companies with names like the pet solution, the hair solution, the debt solution, the world solution, the sushi solution. Companies with experts ready to solve these problems. Because only an expert can see there's a problem. And only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. Let's say you're invited to be on Oprah, and you don't have a problem, but you want to go on the show, and so you need a problem, and so you invent a problem. But if you're not an expert in problems, you're probably not going to make up a very plausible problem. And so you're probably going to get nailed. You're going to get exposed, and you're going to have to bow down and apologize and beg for the public's forgiveness. Because only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. And on these shows, the shows that try to solve your problems, the big question is always, how can I get control? How can I take control? But don't forget, this is a question for the regular viewer, the person who's barely getting by, the person who's watching shows about people with problems, the person who's one of the 60% of the U.S. population, 1.3 weeks away, 1.3 paychecks away from a shelter. In other words, a person with problems. So when experts say, let's get to the root of the problem, let's take control of the problem, because if you take control of the problem, you can solve the problem. Often this doesn't work at all because the situation is completely out of control. Because only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. Now, sometimes experts lend you money, and sometimes they lend you lots of money. And sometimes when the subprime mortgages collapse, and banks close and businesses fail, and the crisis spreads around the world, sometimes other experts say, just because all the markets crashed doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. And other experts say, just because all your friends are fired and your family's broke and we didn't see it coming doesn't mean that we were wrong. And just because you lost your job and your house and all your savings doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for the bailouts, for the traders and the bankers and the speculators. Because only an expert can design a bailout, and only an expert can expect a bailout. Because only an expert expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. 'Cause I'm when it's really hot, and it's July and January, and there's no more snow, and huge waves are wiping out cities, and hurricanes are everywhere, and everyone knows it's a problem. But if some of the experts say it's no problem, and if other experts claim it's no problem, or explain why it's no problem, then it's simply not a problem. But when an expert says it's a problem, and makes a movie about the problem, and wins an Oscar about the problem, and gets the Nobel Prize about the problem, then all the other experts have to agree it is most likely a problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. Can invade another country and flatten it and ruin it and create havoc and civil war in that other country. If the experts say it's not a problem, and everyone agrees they're experts and good at seeing problems, then invading those countries is simply not a problem. And if a country tortures people and holds citizens without cause or trial and sets up military tribunals, this is also not a problem. Unless there's an expert who says, this is the beginning of a problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. 'Cause only an expert can see there's a problem, and seeing the problem is half the problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, only an expert can deal with the problem. Keeps pouring down, houses are cracking, people drown, cars are rusting here, a church floats by, washed in the blood of the Lamb, and all the superhighways have disappeared one by one, and all the towns and cities and signs are underwater now. They're gone. We're going down by the muddy river. We're walking down by the muddy river. Somebody tell me, please, what happened here? Mud is everywhere. Fish are swimming in the fields. Everybody's running around. They're yelling, is this the end of the known world? Men and women in their boats try to save what they've lost. They're yelling, it's all gone now. We're never gonna find it again.
starts to rise, it covers us all. And when I look into your eyes, two tiny clocks, two crystal balls, we begin again. We try, we begin again. Down by, we're going down by the muddy river. We begin again. Down by the muddy river. We're walking down by the muddy river. We're going down by the muddy river.
A while ago, I was camping out in Kentucky. And I was sleeping out under this ledge. And about 3 a.m, I woke up. And the fire was out. But I could see 2 boots standing a few feet away. I crawled out, and there was a guy standing there with a musket. He said, "We eat critters." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Critters, squirrel, possum, night animals. We hunt them at night." He said he didn't think it was a good idea for a woman to be alone in those parts, and he invited me back to his house. I followed him and ended up staying a week. His name was Mr. Taylor, and he was married to Mrs. Taylor. They were also brother and sister, but they didn't think that was too strange because their parents were also brother and sister. There were 4 Taylor kids: Jack, Jim, Rhonda, and Jim. 2 Jims for some reason. We'd get up every morning and sort of hack around in the tobacco patch. And when it got too hot, we'd just sit around on the porch and sort of stare out. The landscape around there was completely desolate, except for the tobacco plants. Standard Oil had strip-mined it in the 30s. And just when some vegetation was beginning to grow back, they discovered that a certain kind of low-grade shale could be converted to oil. So they came back in and drilled holes, very deep holes, hundreds of feet down into the bedrock. But they never got around to filling them in afterwards. They just sent down a shipment of manhole covers, but nobody ever bothered to put them over the holes. One day, Mrs. Taylor told me that she used to have another kid, but that he had apparently fallen down one of these holes. Her description was very abstract. Nobody tried to rescue him. He just fell down the hole. She said, "Well, one day I saw him out there, and I was watching, and then I didn't see him out there no more."
Mine are sort of hackneyed. Same thing night after night. Just repetitive. And the color is really bad. And the themes are just infantile. And you always get what you want. And that's just not the way life is. I came home today and both our cars were gone, and there are all these new pink flamingos arranged in star patterns all over the lawn. And then I went into the kitchen and it looked like a tornado had hit. And then I realized I was in the wrong house. Last night I had that dream again. I dreamed I had to take a test in a Dairy Queen on another planet. And in this dream I looked around, and there was this woman. She was making it all up. She was writing it all down. And she was laughing. She was laughing her head off. And I said, "Hey, give me that pen." I turned a corner in Soho today and someone looked right at me and said, "Oh no, another Laurie Anderson clone." And I said, "Look at me, look 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 at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me."
Daddy, Daddy, it was just like you said. Now that the living outnumber the dead, where I come from. It's a long, thin thread across an ocean, down a river of red. Now that the living outnumber the dead, I'm one of many. Daddy, Daddy, it was just like you said. Now that the living outnumber the dead, speak my language. Hello, hello. Here come the quick, there go the dead. Here they come, right here. Speak my language.
Cool.
this city, this train, this train. Some things are just pictures they see before your eyes, and don't look now, right behind you. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus. Why are you always in the arms of somebody else? He said, oh man, I don't need anybody's help. I'm gonna get there. This train, this city, this train, this city, this train.
It was August, summer of '82. You had that rusty old car, and me, I had nothing better to do. You picked me up, we hit the road, baby, me and you. We shot out of town, driving fast and hard, leaving our greasy skid marks in people's backyards. We were going nowhere, just driving around. We were going in circles, and me, I was just hanging on. Like in that Annie Dillard book, where she sees that eagle with the skull of a weasel hanging from its neck. Here's how it happened. Listen. Eagle bites the weasel. Weasel bites back. They fly up to nowhere. Weasel keeps hanging on. Together forever. We were going nowhere, just driving around. You did all the talking, and me, I didn't make a sound. And if I open my mouth now, I'll fall to the ground. And if I open my mouth now, there's so much I'd say. Like I can never be honest. Like I'm in it for the thrill. Like I never loved anyone. And I never will. Eagle bites the weasel. Weasel bites back. They fly up to nowhere. together forever. I remember that old coat my grandma used to have, made of weasels biting each other's tails, a vicious circle, an endless ride on the back of an old woman. Together forever. And me, I'm going in circles, just circling around. And if I open my mouth, I'll fall to the ground. It's a good time for bankers and winners and sailors with their stories of jackpots and islands of pleasure. They keep their treasures locked in Iron Mountain, locked in Iron Mountain. They're sailing through this transitory life. They're moving through this transitory life.
takes a long time for a mouse to realize he's in a trap. But once he does, something inside him never stops trembling. Grandma in the pancake makeup she never wore in life lies there in her shiny black coffin, looks just like a piano. She made herself a bed inside my ear. She made herself a bed inside my ear. Every night I hear we're sailing through this transitory land. We're moving through this transitory The doctor says, congratulations, it's a boy. Where do all the dream baby girls, those possible pearls, go? Lorraine and Susan with the brown eyes, the lovely Irene, and difficult but beautiful Betty, and tiny, tiny Juanita. We're sailing through this transitory life, moving through this transitory life. Afraid to breathe, afraid to rise, we run and run in this transitory life. Tipped off balance, we fall like light, we land on water in this transitory life. Oh, we fall like light on water. The water turns to ice. Everything keeps changing in this transitory life. Everything keeps changing. This transitory life. There is a hot wind blowing, moves across the oceans and into every port. A plague, a black plague. There's danger everywhere, and you've been sailing. And you're alone on an island now, tuning in. Did you think this was the way your world would end? Hombres, sailors, comrades. There
There's no pure land now, no safe place, and we stand here on the pier, watching you drown. Love among the sailors, love among the sailors. There is a hot wind blowing, plague drifts across the ocean. And if this is the work of an angry God, I want to look into his angry face. There is no pure land now, no safe place. Come with us into the mountains. Hombres, sailors, comrades. It was one of those black cat nights. The moon had gone out and the air was thin. It was the kind of night that the cat would drag in. I'll never forget it. We had a fight. Then you turned around, turned on the light. You left our bed, then you moved downstairs to live with her instead. Yeah, just one floor and a shout away. I guess I should have moved, but I decided to stay. Did I drink some poison that I don't remember now? And every night I open all the windows, I let a cold dark wind blow through. I play loud organ music, and I talk to myself and dream of you. Uh-oh, I hear voices coming up through the pipes, through all the springs in my bed, and up through the lights. Volume goes up and drops back down. I can hear the two of you playing records, moving furniture and fooling around. Did I drink some poison? Did I drink some poison that I don't remember now? That I don't remember now. Is the blood on my hands? No, my hands are clean. Did I do something in another lifetime that was really, really me? Yeah, I'm hearing voices. Am I losing my mind? Think I'm going crazy, gotta get out. Run into the street, start to shout. Get out of my way, get out, get out. Did I drink some poison that I don't remember now? Is the blood on my hands? Did I do something in another lifetime that was really, really me? A grass grows around it.
I wanted you. And I was looking for you. But I couldn't find you. I wanted you. And I was looking for you all day. But I couldn't find you. I couldn't find you. You're walking, and you don't always realize it, but you're always falling. With each step, you fall forward slightly, and then catch yourself from falling. Over and over, you're falling, and then catching yourself from falling. And this is how you can be walking and falling at the same time. What Fassbinder film is it? The one-armed man comes into the flower shop and says, "What flower expresses days go by?" And they just keep going by endlessly, pulling you into the future. Days go by endlessly, endlessly pulling you